Hi everyone, and welcome to a long overdue episode of
The
Dungeon Crashers.
I'm Guy.
And I'm Zapeel. Today we're doing a build for Andrew Haxby. He was asking us about how we would do a character based around the Vengeance Paladin, Tempest Cleric, and some Storm Sorcerer added in. It is a very fun and flavorful idea for a character, but it is also very difficult, needing multiple high ability scores, and you need to be careful with what order you take your levels in.
I see this as a primary melee build, with a focus on smiting, but with enough spell power to handle situations that can't be handled by beating things with a hammer, and some spells to help you beat things with a hammer. Since it involves Cleric, it will also have enough healing and support abilities, so the party won't need a second Cleric-type character. Despite being a majority Cleric, our primary stats are going to be Strength and Charisma. We're going to rely on Cleric spells that don't depend on spell attack or saves to make up for having a lower Wisdom, although Wisdom will still be decent.
For race, we needed something that would be helpful with our abilities and be flavorful. Variant Human would be fine, and it has some advantages, but this character seems to have the God of Thunder vibes, so we're taking Aasimar. It seems to be a good choice, and we are using the Protector Aasimar. It gives a +2 to Charisma and +1 to Wisdom. And a good number of abilities. You have 60 feet of dark vision and have the light cantrip for allies that don't see well in the dark. You resist necrotic and radiant damage, and once per long rest, you can use an action to heal HP equal to your level. Since we are using Paladin, it also goes well with Lay on Hands.
Yeah, and we're taking the Sailor background, mostly for the skills, but it also seems appropriate for a character based around storms. Starting ability scores are going to be rough because we have to spread them around a lot. But will be enough for what we're trying to do, and it'll improve as we level up.
Yeah.
We're using point buy and putting 15 in strength, 10 in dexterity, 14 in constitution, 8 in intelligence, 13 on wisdom, which the racial bonus will make 14, and 12 on charisma, which will also be boosted to 14 by racial bonus. And the 15 on strength will be boosted when we take feet.
Yeah. And we are starting with Paladin, and we will be playing Paladin for most of the early levels, except for one little dip into Sorcerer for cantrips. It's important not to diversify too much early because being spread too thin will just make this character ineffective. At level 1 Paladin, we take skills Insight and Intimidation. Intimidation because this seems like an intimidating sort of character, but if you prefer Persuasion, go for it. We also have Perception and Athletics from our Sailor background. All of your skills play well with your abilities. Ability scores. You also gain the ability to detect fiends and undead and lay on hands to heal or cure disease and poison. For equipment, you will want the heaviest armor you can get, eventually plate mail, and a maul. You will want a bludgeoning weapon. You could go with Warhammer and a shield, but you will need to find room later on for the Warcaster feat.
At second level, we take that one level dip into Sorcerer, particularly the Storm Sorcerer. You gain Primordial as a language, which includes all of the dialects, Aquan, Ignan, Orin, and Terran, so you can speak with elementals, and there are also a number of other creatures that use these languages. And you get Tempestuous Magic, which allows you to fly 10 feet when casting a non-cantrip spell, without provoking attacks of opportunity. This gives nice mobility for a character wearing heavy armor, and looks really cool for a Storm God.
Yeah, very handy.
To better be a Storm God, we also get some spells. 4 cantrips, for which we want Booming Blade, which will be our go-to move until we get extra attack. Lightning Lure for dragging enemies in to be beaten. Thunderclap for when you're surrounded. And for the last are 2 thematic choices. Shocking Grasp for Gust. Neither are going to see a lot of use, but both have utility in the right situations. Or you could take something non-storm related but helpful, like Message or Friends. We also get 2 first level spells. Shield is a must, increasing our durability in melee. For the second, Thunderwave seems an obvious choice, but you might find Ice Knife to be more useful, and cold damage is still on brand for a Storm God. Also, you will eventually get Thunderwave as a Tempest Cleric.
Yeah. At third level, we go Pact to Paladin and we get our fighting style. We take Great Weapon Fighting unless you are going Warhammer and a shield. We also get Spell Casting, and we are Prepared Caster, preparing spells equal to half your Paladin level plus our Charisma modifier, so 4 right now. A few good choices are Divine Favor, which will help your melee damage, and Thunderous Smite, which is both good and fits with the character. You could also pick up Cure Wounds to help with the support role, and Command to have that voice of the godly authority. However, many of your spell slots, 3 at this level, thanks to your Sorcerer dip, will be used for smiting, allowing you to spend a spell slot to deal a d8 plus 1d8 per level of the spell slot, really making your damage output high. Note that Booming Blade uses a melee attack so you can smite with it.
And in 4th level, we're going to take 3rd level Paladin, and we get an Oath. Oath of Vengeance seems to suit the stormy personality we're going for, and gives a number of useful abilities. You can channel Divinity to abjure enemy, choosing one creature within 60 feet to make a Wisdom save or be frightened of you. Fiends and undead have disadvantage on this save. It is frightened for 1 minute, and its speed is reduced to 0. However, this ends if it takes any damage. So it's best used to divide your enemies up, not on a creature you intend to attack. More often, you'll want to use Vow of Enmity, which gives you advantage on attacks against a creature of your choice for 1 minute or until it drops to 0 hit points. This will go a long way towards making you a force in melee. You also get Bane and Hunter's Mark as oath spells, so both are always prepared. Bane is a solid debuff against enemies, but does allow a save and require concentration. A better use of concentration is Hunter's Mark, which ups your damage output, especially against your Vow of Enmity target. It's usually a better option than Divine Favor. And at 5th level, we take 4th level Paladin. First off, we gain an ability booster feat, and we're taking the Crusher feat, making our strength 16. It also gives us 2 abilities. The first is that once per turn, we can move a creature we hit with a bludgeoning weapon 5 feet. This gives us some battlefield control ability, which we'll get more of later. Combined with Lightning Lure, we can position opponents to our advantage. It also gives us an interesting combo with Booming Blade. We can hit the creature with Booming Blade, then knock them 5 feet. And if they move to come back and attack us on their turn, they have to take the extra damage from Booming Blade. And also on a critical, other creatures get advantage attacking the enemy you hit with a bludgeoning weapon until the start of your next turn.
At 6th level, we take our 5th level Paladin, getting extra attack. Now we can do more damage attacking twice instead of using Booming Blade, but the cantrip is still a solid option. We also get 2nd level spells. There isn't much that fits the Storm theme or any really solid offensive options, so it's a good place to pick up support spells like Lesser Restoration or Prayer of Healing. At 7th level, we take our last level of Paladin for 6th, getting Aura Protection, allowing all allies within 10 feet, including ourselves, to add our Charisma modifier to saving throws. This is a fantastic buff for our party and helps us to be a strong support character. At 8th level, we're going to start moving into Cleric, taking the Tempest domain. We get Thunder Wave and Fog Cloud as domain spells that are always prepared. If you have been using Thunder Wave as a sorcerer spell, you will want to retrain it and gain another, when you gain another level of sorcerer. Clerics are also prepared casters, so you can prepare a number of spells equal to your level plus your wisdom, so currently 3. Clerics get a number of options not available to Paladin. Healing Word is an excellent choice and almost must-have. Spiritual Weapon is another great choice, requiring no concentration and no save, and it's something for your bonus action. Hold Person would also be a great choice, but remember the our DC isn't excellent right here. So for the Tempest domain, we get Wrath of the Storm, allowing us to use reaction against a creature within 5 feet of us that hits us with an attack, causing it to make a dex save or take 2d8 lightning or thunder damage, our choice. We can do this a number of times equal to our proficiency modifier.
Really great ability. At 9th level, we take 2nd level Cleric. This will give us 3rd level spell slots, but we still only have 2nd level spells. We gain Turn Undead and another Channel Divinity option, which is Destructive Wrath, allowing us to use Channel Divinity to maximize lightning or thunder damage we deal. This can be excellent with an area effect like Thunder Wave. We already have Channel Divinity as a Paladin, so this gives us another option to use it with, but it does not give us extra uses. And at 10th level, we'll take another Cleric level for 3rd, giving us 2nd level spells. For domain spells, we get Gust of Wind and Shatter. The latter works nicely with Destructive Wrath. And at 11th level, we'll take 4th level Cleric, getting an ability boost. We can use this for either Wisdom or Charisma, but overall Charisma is going to give us the most benefit right now. And at 12th, we take 5th level Cleric, which will give us 3rd level spells, and we now have 4th and 5th level slots. Our domain spells are Call Lightning and Sleet Storm. Call Lightning is intensive in that it requires concentration and your action, so it might not be the best use of either, but it's very cool. Spells at this level are Spirit Guardians and Spirit Shroud. Both make you very dangerous in combat, but both are concentration, so I prefer to just pick one. I prefer Spirit Guardians because of the range, and Spirit Shroud, though better than Hunter's Mark, is also redundant with Hunter's Mark. And at 13th level, we take 6th level Cleric, getting another use of Channel Divinity. We also get Thunderous Strike, allowing us to push a larger, smaller creature 10 feet when we deal lightning damage to it. And as we have a number of ways to deal lightning damage, this will be a lot of fun.
At 14th level, we could start investing in Sorcerer, but we really need an ability boost, so we're going for a few more levels of Cleric. At 7th level Cleric, we get 4th level spells, and that's all we get. But they are welcome. Our domain spells are Control Water and Ice Storm. Neither are highly effective, but can be great in certain situations. At 15th level, we're going for our 8th level of Cleric, getting an ability boost. We will use it on Wisdom, helping our save DC with our Cleric spells that use it. We also get Divine Strike, which allows us to deal an extra D8 thunder damage on one attack each turn. This would be better if it did lightning damage, but it's still a nice addition. At 16th level, it's time to put the rest of our levels into Sorcerer. Here we take our 2nd level in Sorcerer, getting our sorcery points, allowing us to create spell slots. At 17th level, we are taking our 3rd level of Sorcerer. This gives us 2nd level Sorcerer spells, Misty Step. We should be both on theme and very useful. Snowball Swarm would also fit very nicely. We also get Meta Magic, which allows us to use a sorcery point to modify our spells. We get 2 Meta Magics to start. First, we are taking Quicken Spell, allowing us to cast a 1 action spell as a bonus action. We can still only cast 1 non-cantrip spell per round, but this still gives us a lot of flexibility. For example, we could use Booming Blade as a bonus action and then use our action to attack twice. We also taking Transmuted Spell, which allows us to alter the damage type of a spell, allowing us more opportunities to use Destructive Wrath.
And at 8th level, we take 4th level Sorcerer for our last ability boost, which we need to put on Constitution. We have disturbingly low hit points for a melee character at this level.
Yeah.
We could also take the Tough Beat instead, but since we use some concentration spells, boosting our con will be better. And at 19th level, we're going to take 5th level Sorcerer for 3rd level spells. We also have up to 8th level spell slots at this point, so upcasting will pay off well and our smites are going to be amazing.
Yeah.
For 3rd level spells, Lightning Bolt will be a must. Blink could also increase our survivability a lot, and Thunder Step is both useful and flavorful. And now at 20th level, we have a choice to make. We can either take 9th level Cleric to get 5th level spells, which can be very useful, or 6th level Sorcerer to get another 3rd level spell, and more importantly, the Heart of the Storm ability, which allows us to deal lightning or thunder damage to a creature within 10 feet, equal to half our Sorcerer level, whenever we cast a leveled spell that deals lightning or thunder damage. This is very fun and works well with our other abilities, but realistically it only deals 3 damage.
Yeah.
In either case, we'll have 9th level spell slots. I favor going Sorcerer here, but it's probably actually better to take the Cleric level. It really depends on your preference.
And now that we're done, we need to evaluate this build. In terms of abilities, it's excellent, but it suffers from the lack of higher level spells and from not having any capped ability scores. Overall, the power level is a little lower than I'd like to see, but the flavor is excellent and has a lot of flexibility and utility. We have access to a diverse array of spells, being a prepared caster for 2 of our classes. We have great Nova damage with high level smites and a number of ways to support our party and a number of ways to control our enemy's position, pushing them in various thunder and lightning abilities, pulling them with Lightning Lure, or locking them down with Booming Blade. Our overall melee damage is excellent. On the downside, our lower hit points could be a problem, and our more powerful enemies could resist our spells because our save DCs are so low. But in the end, we are very good at knocking enemies all over the place and dealing lots of damage, which is our intended role. Just remember, save some of that healing for yourself.
I think this character would be a lot of fun to play, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. We're glad to be back and making videos, and to being back to our own D&D game, which we're going to be playing after this.
Right, yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to you being here next week. We're revisiting the Death Dealer build, and we're doing a variation using Shadow Monk. And we're going to do a walkthrough of our game room, which we'll have put together by then.
Yeah.
And
Like and subscribe.
Get
that bell on. Get that notification when we post our next video or this video.
Exactly.
So thanks for watching.
And until then,
Cheers.